So here is how you pack your cast iron cookware properly if you need to ship it somewhere. Now, the main purpose for this video is for the people who send me cast iron cookware to restore for them. They need to ship it to me, so I need to show them how to pack it properly. That way it does not break in transit. If you see my other videos, cast iron is very delicate. If I were to take this pan and drop it on my kitchen floor, there's an excellent chance it'll break. So we need to protect the cast iron. So first things first, I like to cover the pan in newspaper. That way no duct tape gets stuck to the pan directly. Even though I'll be stripping it down anyway, it just makes things a little bit easier. And that's good enough. Again, we're just protecting it from the duct tape. Now, here's the main thing we're gonna need is a pool noodle. I like to get these from Dollar Store or Five Below, but if you cannot find them, let's say it's winter time, you can use pipe insulation from Home Depot or Lowe's. If you are gonna use pipe insulation, make sure it's the one that doesn't have the sticky tape on it, just regular pipe insulation. It should look like a pool noodle, and it will already have a slit in it. Now, these pool noodles do not have a slit, so I'm just gonna cut this right down the middle, like so. Now, I'm going to put this all around the edge of the rim of the pan here. I'm just gonna press down. I'm gonna hold on right here so it doesn't fall off. I'm gonna bend this noodle around, force it on here. Like so. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it right about here. Save this. Good, so now I have the entire rim protected by the pool noodle. I'm going to just tape it in place now. Luckily this pool noodle's holding. Sometimes you might have to kind of hold it with one hand and tape with the other. I'm just going to run this across. Get this other point. Okay. Now, at this point, I just run random duct tape through just to make sure this doesn't pop off in transit. You can see why we use the newspaper. It's not pretty, but it's functional. Let's get one more across. And that'll do it. This is not going to go anywhere. Now, we're going to use this extra piece for the handle. I'm going to slide this over. Now you can see right here, here's where the handle is. I'm going to leave maybe a ½ inch. I'm going to tape it. Again, we got a ½ inch that way. If it presses against, we got some leeway here. So last thing I like to do is I'll have extra pool noodles. And I'm going to run these across the top here, give it a little extra padding on the bottom. Now, if I had extra noodles, which I do, you could put some here, you could put a third one in the middle. This will do. Now, this is the meat and potatoes here. This is what we absolutely need. We need these pool noodles to protect the rim, the handle, and the least important, but I like to put it, is on the bottom. Now, the rest is up to you. You need to find a box to fit this. Now, to make sure you can keep down on shipping costs, you don't want to use a massive box. I wouldn't want it to be this wide and this tall. There's a lot of empty room that's just going to add to the shipping cost. So ideally, if this was in the box, I'd like maybe 2-3 inches from the bottom, 2-3 inches from the top and the side. So there's a little bit of room. Now, we want to make sure this doesn't move violently in the box, all right? So you can use things like newspaper, you can use the shipping peanuts, you can use these little bags filled with air to make sure the skillet or your cast iron is completely secure in the box so it does not shift. And it's that simple. Grab yourself some pool noodles or pipe insulation. You're gonna need some newspaper, some duct tape, and some extra packing material. And that is how you pack your cast iron cookware when you're shipping it. Also, if you are ever buying cast iron, let's say off of eBay or something, always ask the seller how they are packing it. A lot of people just sell random stuff and they don't have experience packing cast iron. They'll just throw this in a box and send it to you. Terrible idea. So always ask someone if you're buying it off the internet, how are you packing it? And also don't forget, make sure you subscribe here on YouTube and you're following me on all the